All right. Hello, dear community, and happy new year. This is the year of the dragon, the year of dynamic creative energy. And this is me, Katerina Satori. I had a little pocket of time to hop on this YouTube live stream and to share with you about the unique opportunity to travel to the land of nature spirituality. Imagine a place and a country where nature is seen as divine, right? The nature is seen as the goddess, where there is a beautiful relationship with the Mother Earth, not from the place of intellect, but from a true embodiment. And I speak about Peru. Here's one of the cups that I brought from Peru. This is going to be my trip number 4. The first time I came to Peru was in the year 2021. It called me. It started coming towards me as an inspiration and as a calling. And I went there to have a mini sabbatical for myself. Once a year I go on experience where I take all of the hats that I wear as a mentor, as a teacher, right? And I say, what would I want to do for my soul? So I start hearing about Peru, and I went, and from the moment I got there, I felt touched by the energy. The energy is very nourishing, and every place that you go has a different energy, right? I've been to Egypt, I've been to India, China, Bali, Russia. I've been to many places in the world, Italy, Spain, right? Many, many different places. And each one has a unique signature. What I can tell you about Peru, to me, it's a very feminine energy, very nourishing energy, an energy that soothes your soul. And for the last 3 years have been so transformative and so, I would say, energetically and emotionally demanding for a lot of us, me including, that to go to a place that can nourish you, that can open up new perspectives, open up new horizons, I find is very, very powerful. So I wanted to take a moment and to share with you what this retreat is about, what you can experience there, what are the highlights, right? And what is so special about this experience is that we are staying in a very beautiful sanctuary that has been built intentionally on the principles of sacred geometry. Entire retreat center is built on a chakra system and in a in the form of a kundalini rising. So from the structure perspective, just staying in the place that was intentionally built with sacred geometry, with kundalini, with different colors is really, really beautiful and activating for your consciousness. And then the next piece that I find so unique about this experience is that we are staying in a small village, right? Where it is so peaceful and you can experience a different kind of a rhythm. If you live in the West, if you live in the Western culture, then you know how fast is our rhythm. We live in a culture that says go faster, do more, right? And that affects our nervous system, and it affects our ability to be present, it affects our ability to just breathe and take a pause, right? So what I love about Peru, when I go there, I always receive a recalibration of my nervous system. It's a sort of like a reset button that I say, oh my goodness, thank you. I am receiving recalibration of my nervous system. I'm remembering how it is to not rush, to be in stillness, to be in the moment. The next highlight of this experience is, of course, working with a very sacred visionary plant called Vachuma. It is revered in a traditional way, in a ceremonial way, and it's a plant medicine that opens your heart. It's the medicine of the light. It's very different from ayahuasca and any other medicines because it's much lighter. It's perfect for beginners. And for years, people have been asking me, Katerina, take me to the plant medicine. And due to legality issues, I have always been very reserved about it because where I live in US, it's still not legal. So I like to go to the countries where it's fully legal to participate in the plant medicines, where we all can feel safety and we all can learn from the traditional way in a traditional ceremonial context and a space. So we're gonna work with Vachuma, and to me, Vachuma is it teaches me Christ consciousness. It teaches me that new state of being that is all about the heart. That's all. It helps you to clear your heart and to open your heart. So once we go through a day of ceremony with Vachuma, we integrate our experience through the art therapy, through meditation, through movement, through yoga, through dance, and we prepare for the next big experience, which is our journey to the ancient site, to the ancient doctor called Machu Picchu. Now, there's two ways to engage with Machu Picchu. You know, you can go as a boring tourist by taking a bus, taking a train, taking a bus, and just snapping a few photos of Machu Picchu. But that's not the way you engage with the sacred site. To engage and to receive a blessing of a sacred mystical site, you get to walk towards it. You get to meet it from the place of devotion and purity and humility, I would say. So the way that I have it in my retreat or the retreat that I facilitate, we actually take a very special hike that it's called Inca Trail. And it's a 23 or 26 kilometers. So it's 13 miles. And it's a really beautiful training for your body, right? We start hiking at 9 in the morning and we finish our hike at 4 p.m. You have breaks, you have food, you have a rest, but it's really a great training for the body, for the mind, to really see what is possible for you. Again, I come back to the Western culture. The biggest challenge in our culture is we don't challenge ourselves enough. We are, we we're very, we sit a lot, right? We don't move, we don't challenge, we don't grow physically. So the Peruvian retreat will give you an opportunity to hike a lot, to engage with nature, to be outside, to see some of the most ancient temples that were built in Inca time or pre-Inca time and really engage with the rocks, with the water, with the air, right? It's so transformative. Sometimes it's really hard to explain it into words. So that's another second experience. And I've hiked Inca Trail 3 times by now. And each time it just transforms me so deeply because you walk this trail where there is no phone signal. You are receiving some of the most pure transmissions from the air, from the cosmos, rich prana, right? And it heals you, it heals your soul. Every time I walk this Inca Trail, I receive spontaneous past life memories activation. I receive, deep healing. I receive a deep integration, right? It's a really beautiful process. And then when you finish this trail, you will never look at yourself in the same way. You ask yourself, wow, I just finished a 13-mile hike. what else is possible for me? What else I can create? So there's this new kind of, determination that awakens in you. And that's why I love sharing that experience with others. It's a really active, transformative journey. Another thing that I love about Peru is meeting the people and learning from the way they live. It's a very community oriented culture. It's a way where everybody is interdependent on each other, not as a concept, not as a lovely conversation to have, but as a way of life. And since we are in such a transformative time in the history in our society where we realize community is the way of the future, where you go to countries such as Peru, where community living is alive, it gives you a new perspective of what life could be. And you begin to question that old paradigm of, isolation and individualism. And you say, what is possible? What would be possible for me to be a part of the community? Right? It's a really, really beautiful experience. And then you learn cosmology of Indian cosmology. You learn how they look at the layers of the world. There is a lower world, there is a middle world, and there is a higher world. You learn about different sacred animals like puma and condor, right? And the snake. And there is so much symbolism in their culture. You learn how to make rituals, you learn how to communicate with the sacred elements. I bring a variety of workshop, each year it's a different workshop that I bring. This year I'll be teaching specifically energy mastery training. How do you protect your energy? How do you activate your energy? How do you create with your energy? So that's something on the curriculum side. And I always bring a visionary workshop, helping people to envision a new chapter of your life. Because when you're in a place like Peru and you're surrounded by ancient mountains, like these ancient elders from from very, very old traditions and ways, when people would look for a new vision and a new inspiration, they would come to the mountains and they would spend some time in the mountains to receive new wind, to receive new inspiration, to receive new vision, right? So that's what every time I go there, that's what I receive. So that's just a few highlights. I'm going to drop the link underneath this video. If you'd like to join me, I have 2 dates for this year. The date in April is April 12th to 21st, and the enrollment for that experience is closing in January. There's a lot of logistics to bring something like of this nature together. So I am reminding my community that there is an opportunity to come with me to this retreat. And another one is in September. So if you'd like to be a part of it, please join, please apply. There's an application process. And when you apply, I will meet you on Zoom and get to know you a little bit, because I want to make sure this experience will serve you and will support your next chapter. And this is what I wanted to share. Peru is absolutely magical. You can see on the page a ton of testimonials. You can see video testimonials on my page. But this is a very unique experience. And I find, for me personally, I find it's quite not easy to find a retreat that feels vibrationally aligned 100%. So if you resonate with my style, if you've been maybe watching my videos on my channel, if you had some sort of experience with my work and want to go deeper, this is my invitation. So I hope to share this magic with you. And if not, it's totally okay. Maybe something else will call you that I offer online, but this is probably the most transformative experience that I have available. Thank you so much for joining this broadcast. If you're going to watch this as a replay, let me know in the comments where you're joining. And again, see the link underneath this video in the description, where I'll post the link to Peru retreat. Thank you so much and Happy New Year. May this year be prosperous, joyful, loving and deeply transformative for you.